Hi, this is Steve Lichmonograph, and you're watching The Sound Effect.
Yo, welcome
What's
to
happening?
another show. What's up?
What's going on?
Hope you had a great Easter. I look orange.
I look orange too.
I got some serious sun
Aren't
this
you glad?
weekend, man. I was kicking it in St. Augustine for Easter. It was nice.
Did you find the fountain of youth?
I did find the fountain of youth. See, I drank from the fountain. I drank the water, and I feel younger already.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's because that's where I was on my
That's the
birthday,
fountain-
man.
that's
I
where
was
the
trying,
fountain of youth is.
you know, went on my birthday, so I was trying to roll back my birthday, roll back the youth on the date of birth.
It's got to be done.
I tried.
It's gotta be
I
done.
tried. So, anyways, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we appreciate you checking out the show. Always. I am Todd T. Riley,
I'm Scott Johnston.
and Michelle's not here, but we are
The Sound Effect.
Michelle is out. She's sick. She was supposed to go to Whitesnake tonight, which I would have loved to have gone to. Fantastic show. I'm certain of that.
I'm at Whitesnake right now.
I am too.
Yeah.
Mentally.
As a matter of fact.
I'm there in mind and body and spirit. Body's here, spirit and mind are there. Anyways, of course, we can't forget our
spirits,
main man behind the scenes, Mr. Doug. Dougie Doug.
Doug
Myers. Or as Artie like to call him, Pothead. Thanks for all you do, Doug. We
Artie.
appreciate you, brother. And we have two special guest interviews for you this evening that Michelle got for us a little while back. The guitarist Steve Blaze of Lillian Axe. He's an awesome guy, man. I haven't seen him in years, but he's really cool. Also got singer Jack Russell. Jack Russell's Great White. Those interviews will be coming your way very shortly. We also got some brand new Great White music that we're going to play at the end of the night, so you don't want to miss that.
And don't forget to vote on our social media poll this week on our Facebook page. Which album released in April is better? Bon Jovi, 7800 Degrees Fahrenheit, or Scorpions, Savage Amusement? So we'll be discussing that a little bit later in the show.
Yep.
So
But
let's,
first, let's get into some music and entertainment
Music
news.
And entertainment news.
So Kiss guitarist Paul Stanley revealed a physical deformity is responsible for pushing him to become one of the most flamboyant and stylized rockers in history. Known to fans for the star child persona he's used since he started the iconic band back in the late 70s, he would always paint one black star over his right eye, which he recently shared was part of the rock and roll glamour he turned to after being a social outcast in his youth. He pursued fame as a way to compensate for a lot of insecurities, he said. He was born deaf on his right side and had a birth defect. Never knew that. It's what's called microtia, which is basically not having an ear, having a crumpled mass of cartilage. And he said, I wasn't very socially adept, and when you have something physical that sets you apart from people, it makes you really a target of unrelenting scrutiny and sometimes ridicule. And quite honestly, the idea of becoming famous was a way to push it in people's faces and go, you see, you should have been nicer to me. Yeah, kids can be cruel, man.
Because wearing, big old boots and makeup and all that stuff, I mean, that's not going to draw attention. They're not going to notice my ear because they're going to notice what's going on with what are you wearing anyways? Is that whatever.
So,
I get it.
I get it. So while he's grateful for many years he spent with Kiss and for the life it's given him, he says that he learned quickly that fame wouldn't solve his problems. However, he thanks the rocket ride for teaching him that lesson early on when there was still time to do something about it. He said, I was fortunate enough to have success come to me and realize that didn't change anything. So I was really blessed because at that point in your life, it's either a disappointment because it's not a remedy, and you either put a needle in your arm, a gun in your mouth, or you live life as a victim. And I'm not cut out for that, he said. So I decided I'd spend my life and my time on self-exploration and trying to make myself a better person and seeing where that was going to take me, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Now, Stanley and the rest of the band, of course, are preparing to leave their makeup and armored outfits behind at the conclusion of their Kiss End of the Road World Tour, which kicked off earlier this year. I got to tell you what, man. I saw that show just here in Tampa, and it was spectacular. I've seen Kiss several times, and I got to say that was the best show I've seen from them. by far.
Do you really think it's it? I mean, with all the this is it, just one more tour.
Well, they said that before, and it wasn't. But if it is, what a way to go out. They did their fans proud. They did a great show. There was once I was disappointed in one aspect of the show. They didn't play the song Domino, which was one of their bigger hits,
right.
And in my opinion, the best album Kiss ever did. But other than that, they did a spectacular job. My personal opinion, if I would have been going out like them and had all those albums that they've had over the years, I would have at least played one song off of every single album.
Right.
But that's
Doug,
that's
what was
about
your
the one
favorite Kiss
album that they kind of skipped. So
what's your favorite Kiss album?
Revenge and Destroyer.
Revenge and Destroyer.
Yeah.
Huh. Revenge is
Revenge.
powerful.
Revenge is the best album they ever did.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
as far as classic Kiss, I'd say Destroyer all the way. Yep.
So former Queensryche and current Operation Mindcrime singer Jeff Tate says that he's not planning to work on any new music for the foreseeable future. He said, I'm kind of taking an album hiatus at the moment, primarily because I've just been dedicating myself to the Avantasia tour schedule this year. So, he said, but maybe towards the end of the year, I'll start something in terms of albums again. I'm just giving it a little bit of a rest, Tate's next release will be the debut album from his Sweet Oblivion, which will arrive on June 14th via Frontiers Music, SRL, the project that sees Tate teaming up with stellar cast of Italian musicians led by Simone, I'm going to try this one, Mularoni. I could have been butchered that.
That's about how I would have tried it.
I got it right. I knew it.
I gave you the tongue twister, man.
Well, that's what happens a lot. Mastermind of the Progressive Metal Masters, DGM. Now, the Seattle-based singer who pursued a solo career since exiting Queensryche 7 years ago has released 3 Operation Mindcrime albums over 3 years as part of a trilogy. The Key, which was September 2015, Resurrection, which is September 2016, and The New Reality, which was December 2017. Most of 2018, the first couple of months of 2019, Tate celebrated the 30th anniversary of Queensryche's Operation Mindcrime by playing the iconic concept album live in its entirety. Now, Tate is currently on the road with Ed Guy, frontman Tobias Sammetz, Anastasia Project. Obviously I'm not as tongue twisted with those. Those are touring in support of the latest album, Moonglow. So, if you guys they're out near you, check it out. It should be pretty cool.
Yeah, honestly, anything Tate does is great, man. In my book, he's my favorite singer. So,
Yeah, it's always
definitely
been good.
So this week in history, April 22nd in 1876, Tchaikovsky completed his ballet Swan Lake. Excuse me.
What's his first name and middle name?
His first name is actually Peter.
Oh, okay.
But I'm not even going to try his middle name, so I just done skip that, and nobody ever calls him that anyways. Everybody just says Tchaikovsky. So
I'm with you.
1993, Peter Townshend's musical Tommy premiered in New York City on April 23rd, 2001. Fatboy Slim released their single Weapon of Choice, the music video directed by Spike Jonze, featuring Christopher Walken dancing. I love that video. That was cool, man. Christopher Walken's awesome. April 24th, 1969, Paul McCartney confirmed there is no truth to the rumors that he was dead. And in 1926, April 26, 1982, Rod Stewart was mugged and a gunman stole his $50,000 Porsche. April 27th, 1810, Ludwig van Beethoven composed his famous piano piece for release. I love that one. It's actually probably one of my favorite Beethoven songs.
So now, the April 22nd, 1923, Betty Page, American pinup model, considered the queen of pinups, and The Dark Angel, born in Nashville, Tennessee, 2000. Well, she died in 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a decent looker.
Yeah, she was a looker.
Decent looker,
Yeah.
no question about that. Also on April 22nd, 1937, Jack Nicholson. I think most of you probably know who he is. Also on the 22nd of April, 1950, guitarist and vocalist Peter Frampton. Also on April 23rd,
You missed one, man.
I did, which I didn't miss anything.
Me.
Well, you weren't listed here, but yeah, Todd's birthday.
I didn't want to put myself on there, man. I kind of did, and I took it off. So
Todd's birthday was on the 22nd.
I share a birthday
too.
with all those greats.
Yeah.
Look,
Or they share a birthday with him.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly.
You know, that's how you got to look
they
at
share my birthday. So I could tell Peter Frampton, yes, I do feel like you do.
it. Yeah. Roy Orbison, 1936 on April 23rd. That was his birthday. And in 1977, John Cena, professional wrestler and actor. And you know, I'd kick his ass, but
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's a
I'd
good
like to
thing
see
he's
that.
Oh man, I'd give him every chance in the world before. Just say uncle, man. I'll be over there.
Right. Let's check out what events are going on and show one of our interviews. So the weekend of May 3rd through the 5th, the 9th annual edition of Florida's biggest rock experience, Welcome to Rockville, returns to Jacksonville's Metropolitan Park for a massive 3-day weekend with over 50 bands. And we just got confirmed right before the weekend that we will definitely be there.
We will be there.
For sure. We got media passes, and we're going to be there. We're going to try to get some interviews for you so you guys can check it out, because there are going to be some awesome headlining acts there.
Very nice bands.
Some big names in rock, including Tool, Korn, Rob Zombie, Incubus, Shinedown, Judas Priest, along with bands such as Evanescence, Chevelle, Killswitch Engage, Tom Morello, The Cult, Skillet. In this moment, Black Label Society and Papa Roach, just to name a few. General admission and VIP tickets, as well as hotel and camping packages to Welcome to Rockville are on sale now. You can go to welcometorockvillefestival.com to check it out. Be sure to support their sponsors as well. It's going to be a great time, and the Sound Effect is hoping to see you there.
Yeah, that's going to be cool.
It's going to be awesome. Looking forward to that, man.
Also, the weekend of May 3rd through the 5th, M3 is cranking it up to 11, and our co-host Michelle will be there representing while we're in Jacksonville at Rockville.
Yeah.
So that's going to be cool.
Going to be at two places at once, getting interviews for you guys for the show.
So, new this year that the 11th edition of Meriwether's internationally renowned 80s Rock Festival is expanding to a third day. And with the festivities beginning with the annual Kicks Off party on Friday. That's May 3rd, featuring Hometown Heroes Kicks. Other artists not to be missed would include Whitesnake, Warrant, Firehouse, Steven Adler of Guns N' Roses, Danger Danger, Kingdom Come, Autograph, Tora Tora, Vince Neil of Motley Crue, Extreme, Skid Row, Quiet Riot, Vixen, Bang Tango. I mean, that's a pretty good lineup there, man. This is going to be a good lineup here too, guys. So
Love to be at that show. But I'll be in Rockville.
But we'll be in Rockville, and Michelle will be there, and hopefully, we can cover them all accordingly.
Right.
Speaking of Whitesnake, they're playing tonight at Ruth Eckerd Hall.
Yeah.
I've been told, and you were just talking about how they just played out in Orlando and
last night
crushed it.
Yeah,
just crushed it.
I would have loved to have stopped by there on my way back from St. Augustine last night and saw that show. That'd have been great.
Now, some of the other concerts to be checking out, around our area and around your area, Dream Theater. Patti LaBelle, The Temptations, Kenny Chesney, Everlast, The Psychedelic Furs. Check out these bands' websites. Check out venues near you and see when they're coming. To a venue near you.
Indeed. A few weeks back, Michelle was at Rocklanta, and she spoke with guitarist Steve Blaze of Lillian Axe. Steve is a really cool guy. Hung out with him a few times back when I worked at 98 Rock, and he'd come into town. He'd do the guitar show over there at Thoroughbred and stuff like that. So I got a cool picture of me and him and a couple of the other musicians and stuff, and we used to hang out. He's a really, really cool guy. And she's got a really cool interview that she did. So here is that interview for you. Check it out. Steve Blaze, Lillian Axe.
I'm live at Rocklanta. Very excited to be here with the very handsome, talented Steve Blaze from Lillian Axe. Look at that. He's like,
Well, I did shave.
you did. You did.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm so excied to see you guys play. Let me say this again. You're one of my favorite, my favorite bands is playing. But don't tell the other bands that I said that. That's
Which other bands did you say that to?
just so far.
No, I must be the first interview then, I guess.
You are.
That's
Lucky
fine.
you. It's like hitting the interview lottery.
The next one's gonna be, don't tell the other guys.
It is not. So I'm really excited because you guys have a new album that's going to be releasing soon. And by the way, I am in love with that song, man.
Oh, thank
It
you.
is so beautiful.
I appreciate it.
So-
You know, we did that, the whole thing in like 10 hours.
You did that.
And there's like, 40 vocals and keyboards and piano and lots of acoustic guitars. Thank God we didn't have drums on it. It's a ballad, so there's no drums on it.
It is.
But it came out really well, didn't it? That's the first time we recorded in this studio in Jackson called Malaco. So they said, we want you to do a record here. I said, well, can I come in and do a song and work with the engineer, Kent Bruce, who's amazing. So let us come in and do a song. And if it goes well, you have my word and commitment, we'll do the record there. And it came out great. So we're about 3 songs into it. Everything is pretty much written so far, but it's a very slow recording process because I have to take my time on this. There's a lot of big epic songs with lots of, we have timpanis and piano and strings and lots of guitars and tons of vocals on it. It's really, for fans that like the Lillian Axe epic stuff like Ghost of Winter and World's Cup Turn, those kind of songs.
Love that.
A lot of these, it's on that. And I'm trying to, I always go back to thinking about Pink Floyd, The Wall. And I'm like, I use that as my model, not politically speaking, of course, but as far as the making of a concept record and the beauty in which everything flows. And this is about, it's called From Womb to Tomb, so birth to death and ascension after.
I love that.
So it starts off with a heartbeat. I got an actual heartbeat of a child in the womb,
That's cool.
which it is alive at that point, just to let you know. But it's an actual heartbeat, and the first song is called Breathe, and it's about actual childbirth and child coming out. So every one of these lessons throughout, based on my lessons I learned since that I can remember as far back as being a year-old, through death, which is 40 years away from me, hopefully.
It is.
But all these lessons learned, and I think they parallel with the lessons that everybody learns on this planet. So I'm really excited because I have the last song is actually written, and if it comes out as amazing as I hear it in my head, if I'm able to capture that, it will be my finest work. That's what
I'm excited about it. So I know we don't have an exact release date because you're still working on some of the stuff. So
I'm
maybe
hoping,
towards the end of the year,
I'm
possibly?
hoping, but in all reality, beginning of next
Can
year.
I have a preview? This
Yes.
The perks. I gotta have some kind of perks here, guys. I
I'm
gotta do it.
happy about it. You know, you get to a point, this will be our 14th release, right? So you get to a point where it's just like, you want to make sure, the most important thing is I want to make the best record we can, but I want to annihilate the world. I want people to listen to this record and let it hit them spiritually, emotionally in ways that every time they listen to it, they feel this rebirth, so to speak, you know,
That's beautiful.
and understand. So I'm happy about it.
Well, I love that. I love the way the whole concept of it because it sounds like it's going to be definitely something that everyone can relate to.
Another part, and I just came up with this idea last night, but on the last album, Days Before Tomorrow, at the very end, after the 10 tracks, there's a little secret 5 or 6 tracks. My son, who was about a year and a half at the time, says, he speaks on it in his little voice. And we were listening to it, he's 9 now, so we listened to it last night, and he was all embarrassed because it's like, He says the impossible is born. Okay, but he goes, impossible. He says it like, you know, we just hear that, right? And he's listening to it. He's like, oh no. I said, son, on the new record, I'm going to use you as a narrator. You're going to talk between songs.
That's cool.
And I said, and he's like, I'll do it if you buy me a Nintendo Switch. So I said, have your agent call me. We'll work all that out.
Which love that.
His agent is my wife, so you know, we'll work it out. She'll be like, a Nintendo Switch and take me shopping. Okay, you got it.
Hey,
So-
you guys.
But I'm gonna have him speak certain parts of the record. And
That's really
yeah,
cool.
I think I mean I just thought
So you
about
just
that
came up with that last night.
Last night.
So we're the first to
It's
do
an
it right here
evolved-
at Rocklana.
Unless he becomes a little prima donna and is like, oh, it's the Nintendo Switch. Don't have to do homework for a month. You know. But
You might.
But, yeah, it's an evolving thing. You know, some of the songs haven't even been written, I'm sure, because I'm always coming up with new ideas. We're recording it and writing it in chronological order of the album. So
Amazing.
kind of just.
Let's talk about something else you got going on too, because for those listeners out there that may not know this, you've got a show in the works that you're
Yes.
working on, and I want you to tell everyone about this because this is super cool. Because I'm a fan of this stuff. So.
Right. I've
Okay.
been ghost hunting for 5 years. I have a TV show that is called Through the Veil, but there's another title because one of the networks that's interested wants to change it. I can't say anyone. I'm sorry, I can tell you outside of this. But anyway, just because, who knows, they might be listening and might get mad at me. But we do paranormal investigations, and there's one version of the show where we take celebrities with us, and another version of the show where I go to different cities and do something musical and investigate a place in that city. So maybe go, you know, I'm not going to tell you, you have to wait.
You have to wait, but I've heard some stuff about it. It's very, very cool.
But the important part is it's a show, paranormal investigation. Excuse me. We have a 6-person team of highly respected and lots of what's the word I'm looking for? Experienced, very experienced. I have a medium, one of the best mediums in the business. Other paranormal investigators have been doing it for years and years, and I'm probably the least experienced, but I've been doing it for 5 years, but I'm the host, and it's my show, so that's just too bad. I've been doing this for 5 years. It's like shopping for a record deal. We've had multiple people interested in it, and for one reason or the other. I'll give you an example. Access TV, all the producers love the show. They took it to Mark Cuban. Mark Cuban said, no paranormal or cooking shows on the channel. So what's that all about? It's a music channel. I'm a musician. It'll be on
I
the show,
know, right?
starting, and it'll be your #1 show.
It totally
Anyway,
would. It
Mark,
absolutely would.
It's still out there for you if you still want to put in a bid.
So-
But anyway, so
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm excited.
And I have a vodcast that I'm getting ready. So it's called the Love and War Show. We're going to start it probably next week with Todd Schmidt, who is my editor, photographer, graphic genius. And he works with me on the Ghost Hunting Show.
Very cool.
And he works for the band too, does all of our EPKs and stuff like that. He's amazing. So we're going to do a vodcast, and it's called the Love and War Show. And it's going to be discussion about everything from paranormal to music to, if you want to get in, you know, it'll talk, I'm sure people are going to talk about politics in a way, but I'm not going to get into all that crap. I'm going to get into the respect, treating each other with respect, no matter what you believe in, is the only real politic out there. The rest of it is all just ego, self-gratification, and stupidity. So we will talk about things in life like that. It's going to be right in my man cave, so you never know. I'll have my pets on there, my son. I'll play some guitar for you. We're going to take things that the audience wants to talk about, and we're just going to run with it, and hopefully people will like it. And Todd and I will get together. We're pretty funny. We rip on each other, but we're going to bring everybody on there. You want to come to my house? You're on a show. So
That's
probably
awesome.
start that in about a week. We just got all the gear and get it on set. So
Yeah, keep me posted.
I'm not sure exactly how he has it set up. It's going to probably be Facebook and YouTube channel. I don't know how the podcast stuff works, but it's a podcast, so it's video and audio. So it'll be fun.
That's cool. That's good stuff.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
So yes, so that's going to be really, really good. So one more thing before I let you go do all your stuff is you got to get ready for your show.
Oh yeah, we're on stage in an hour.
So
We have to summon the ghost of Jimi Hendrix.
Here we go. Here we go. You know, I told you earlier, so I was in Tombstone, Arizona, And I actually went to the Birdcage Theater and did the ghost tour, and that was the first ghost tour I officially did, and I am a believer now.
So what kind of things happened?
Well, when we went in, the thing about the Birdcage Theater that people may not know was when the mining stopped, they closed it, and they left it as is because people thought they were coming back. So if you look like where the brothel part is, you can see like the women's clothes laying. You can see the liquor bottles are still there, and the people that owned it, they just shut the doors. They never did anything.
Oh,
so when they
like
reopened it, it is
time capsule.
it's in its crumbling state, and it's. So I went in during the day. I got a vibe because a lot of people died in there. There's still the bullet holes in the bar and in the wall and in the pictures, and I forget the number of people that died. So when we went back at night. We did the tour. Well, I started taking photos. The first selfie I took in the room where the theater was, I had 3 orbs on my face. The first one I took. And then every one I took, they were everywhere. And I got like the chills going in. And then the last part of the tour, they have you set in the dark, like the pitch black with the EV colors. And and then they have you just snap random photos in the dark. Well, I got faces. And like 2 of them. And they said the founder of Tombstone, they showed his photo, and I swear it's his face.
Really? That's interesting.
Uh-oh.
All right, I think we're getting kicked out.
Okay, I think we're getting kicked out. So I'm so excited to be here with Steve Lex from Lillian.
Thank you guys.
So much.
Good to see you very
Nicest
much.
guy in rock and roll. And no, I don't say that to all of them.
Thanks.
Okay, thanks guys. We'll catch you in a bit.
Yes, we will.
So there you go. Thanks to Michelle for getting that interview for us at Rocklanta with Steve Blaze of Lillian Axe, guitar player for the band and founding member as well. He's a great guy. Awesome interview, and definitely appreciate that. Make sure you check Michelle out, too, on her Shaking the Rafters with Michelle on Rock Rage Radio. And we got another interview coming up for you in just a little bit with Jack Russell of Jack Russell's Great White. You don't want to miss that. And that one's also brought to us by Michelle back when we actually first met her.
Yep.
And talked to her about
Full Throttle.
Yeah.
Full Throttle Music Expo.
So before we get to that, though, let's find out what happened with our show poll for this week.
So which album released in April did you think was better? Bon Jovi, 7,800 Degrees Fahrenheit, or Scorpions, Savage Amusement? Well, I kind of flip-flop back and forth on that one myself. But I will say
I agree.
that,
It's actually one of my favorite Bon Jovi albums.
you know what, though? I went with Scorpions.
I did, too, actually.
You know, I just... You know, there's a lot of things in that album that bring back a lot of memories and this and that. There's a lot of good songs on there. So that's why I went that route.
Overall, I like Scorpions better. But I like that album from the Scorpions a lot better, too. So it is one of my favorite Bon Jovi albums. It's definitely a good one, you know. But the Scorpions, hands down, in my opinion. So how about you, Doug?
What do you think?
Scorpions.
Doug says Scorpions, too.
Well,
It's unanimous.
I guess it's not a big surprise then. You know, right now where the poll stands right now is Scorpions winning at 61% to 39%. So,
Yeah. It's not
Believe
quite as
it or
close
not.
as some of the other ones we've had, but
no, surprisingly, I actually thought that was going to be closer than that. But
yeah, I thought it would have been a little bit too.
good to go. Good
I
to
thought
go.
the ladies would have went after John Bon Jovi, like they tend to.
Yeah, and I don't even see anybody in the comments saying, "Oh, he's so hot," when it has nothing to do with which is the better album. But
Yeah, right.
But you leave it to the guys that are, put Lita Ford, Joan Jett on there. Next thing you know, it's a beauty contest.
Right.
But that's guys.
That's guys
what do
for
you
you.
expect? Stupid. So as far as that goes.
Well, that was pretty quick. Let's step into the
Yeah,
spotlight.
that was a quick one.
Yay, Scorpions. What'd you do for Easter, brother?
Well,
Well, you got kids, so you have an Easter egg hunt?
I hate to say it, but my kids have graduated from no more Easter eggs to show me the money. I know that Easter basket costs you lots of money. For
Fork
not
over the
getting it,
dough.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
So
I
now
want
they-
a video game instead.
They want money instead of chocolate.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Video games instead
I
of
didn't even know that was an option, really.
Right?
To me, it'd be just like, if you guys don't want candy, great. I'll get you candy the next day. Monday, everything's on sale.
Yes. When does it become to gifts instead of candy?
Somebody made that mistake in my family. I don't know.
Yeah,
I won't take full credit for it.
That's a mistake, all
But
right.
but it was, of course, it's easier, than having to get up and hide Easter eggs and stuff like that, and have to hide eggs in the morning when you're half tired and this and that. I had to, and we had to always, when we were hiding eggs, count the number of eggs,
Yeah.
because even counting, let's say you got 24 eggs, I would always come up, we got 22, and I couldn't find them. I'm looking for them with the kids.
I forgot where I put them.
Yeah, right? Why don't we just wait, like a week or something? We'll find it. It'll just, where's that coming from,
Yeah. Oh,
But no.
rotten egg.
Yeah. No, one
I
of the
haven't
years,
done that in years, man.
No, one of the years was walking, where are the eggs? I found one.
Found one.
Yeah, I found one. All right. You would have never found it. It's underneath my foot. Yeah. So, but I don't know. I mean, it's good. It's a good time.
That's
fun
cool.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, that's cool.
Fun to watch. Did you do anything crazy? It was your birthday weekend?
I went to St. Augustine. Just go hang out in the oldest city in the United States, and it was cool. It was nice. Finally got to go to the fort because I went there for Christmas, and stupid thing was closed because of the government shutdown. So
Government shutdown. You
I
can't
didn't
go
think
see
it would
the fort.
actually be open on Easter Sunday, but it was. So
Yeah.
we got to check out the fort.
Because of the
it's a pretty
government's
cool fort,
open.
man. I tell you what, I love history stuff, and going and seeing stuff like that and hearing about, the settlers and all that, and the ingenuity that they did. I mean, I don't know if you've seen that fort before, but
No, I haven't.
I gotta tell you what, the thing's made out of shell.
Oh, wow.
And the whole thing, but the walls are like this thick.
I was going to
And-
say there must be some, use a lot of shells. Otherwise,
The little
that's not gonna be
coquini
much.
shells, they're really tiny things, man. It's just unbelievable. This whole fort is made out of that, and it's phenomenal.
That's going to hold
phenomenal.
back a cannonball.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah. That fort is never been taken. Ever.
Really?
Yep.
I mean, has it been shot
It
at?
has been
anything
shot at.
ever
It
been-
has been attacked several times, but it has never been taken. Nobody was ever able to take that fort.
They're after that the Fountain of Youth.
Yeah. So I went there on my birthday, Fountain of Youth, of course. Which
I
is
can
pretty
tell
cool.
you drank some of it.
Yeah. I look better, don't I?
Yeah.
I look younger. I didn't get older. I got younger. That's the way to go.
That's the way to do it.
I'm like, I'm going to drink a lot of this stuff, man. I was hoping it would do the opposite of like that movie Big. Where he was a kid and he turned into an adult,
Right.
So an adult,
Let's
and I'm
just
going to
start
turn
putting
into a
that in
kid.
beer. The Fountain of Youth beer. You know,
Yeah,
how many
that'd be
fat
cool.
young kids there would be around here? I'm 57. Wow. Guy looks like he's baby Huey right there with a big old beer belly. Baby Huey.
That's great.
All right. Yeah.
That's great.
What can you do?
So a little while ago, we were at the Full Throttle Magazine's Motorcycle Expo over at Burt's Barracuda Harley here in Clearwater area, and that is where we first ran into our co-host Michelle, who's absent this evening because she is sicky poo. Hope she feels better. While we were there, we had a chance to meet Jack Russell and the guys in the band, and she had a chance to speak with them. So she spoke with Jack Russell, and here is that interview. Check it out.
Hey you? This is Michelle from Shaking the Rafters with Michelle. I'm at the Full Throttle Motorcycle Expo over here in Clearwater, Florida, and I'm with the legendary Mr. Jack Russell with his Swedish head.
I'm a shark.
You are a shark.
What are you gonna do?
Jack.
That's just so you see, can you see anything red in here? It's bits of Swedish fish.
I love this man. I love
Warn
this
them
man.
about it. They're
So, you guys, Jack Russell's Great Whites tore up the stage tonight, right here at the Full Throttle Motorcycle Expo. Jack, when you sang "Rock Me," I was like, did you see me in the front? I was like freaking out. I was like swooning
Oh,
up there.
you're
You
the
guys
one
were
that
so
was
good.
upside down naked doing the thing. Now I recognize you.
I love this man, and I'm such a big fan, so it's such an honor to see you. And I know you're rolling your eyes, but I mean it. I mean it.
In a nice way.
I mean it. So, you guys might have heard my interview with Jack a couple weeks ago on Shaking the Rafters with Michelle. He was so gracious, and your wife was so gracious as well, to help me make that interview happen. And Jack, you answered the phone Pizza Hut.
Yeah. Well, I knew you were calling, so you know.
So, did you record the song Pepperoni Blues? That's what I want.
Pepperoni blues, yeah. What was it? I got a pepperoni. I got a pepperoni blues.
That is amazing.
Oh, I got a pepperoni blues. I ordered me a pizza. All I got is a bunch of cheese.
You guys, you have no idea.
I'm really trying to hold this still.
You went out black and blue.
My
Tore his
face
skinny
hurts.
ass up. I made a pepperoni.
Oh my god, my cheeks hurt.
I am such a great white fan. You have no idea what a thrill this is for me to hear you sing Pepperoni Blues.
We have to write it yet. We're just
Are you going to write Pepperoni Blues over there?
Well, of course we are.
we haven't gotten around to it. We've gotten so many blues songs we're working on right now, and that just kind of moved to like the 10th of the list.
Well, I have to say,
That's just high enough not to make the album.
that's one of the things I love about your voice. It's so soulful, and it has a blues factor in there. And you're a very hard singer to replicate, I have to say. Rock Me just absolutely moves me. It's amazing. You're an
It's
incredible
like
vocalist.
Franken voice.
Oh my god.
I love it. So, Jack, while I've got you live, I want you to tell people about the upcoming stuff that we talked about in the show that you got coming up. You got a book. You got a lot of great things going on.
Oh,
So.
there's a lot of great things. Hey, you know what, Robbie? Scoot this over.
Yeah, come
I
on.
love these guys, you
And tell
guys.
everybody how great I am.
I will tell 'em. Come on, Bobby. Come on.
Dan,
Come over here. Come over here by me, Dan. Come on. So we got Jack Russell's Great White in the house. And they're very talented guys, and I love them.
Okay, I have to back up more.
So we gotta wave to Jennifer. Ready, Dan over here.
all
Shout out to
Jennifer.
Jack, you're very naughty. You're very naughty.
Oh my
Come on, Jack.
He's killing you over here.
He's
ain't he?
having flashbacks of
You know
himself. He's having flashbacks.
So let's talk about what all of you got going on. Because I know you got some great stuff going on, and you got some cool stuff going on. And Jack's got, you guys all got some cool stuff going on. So let's talk
Reading the
about
comments.
Oh my God.
First on the list is releasing the Once Bitten acoustical bites. And it's done. It's just got to finish up the final
Right.
mixes, make sure the mixes stays happy with what's happening mix-wise, and then that's out. And the next thing will be sifting through the tracks from the Led Zeppelin stuff we've done
Oh my
for
God.
the live Led Zeppelin. Great, I don't know.
Great Zeppelin, Jack
2.
Russell's
Great Zeppelin 2.
Yeah.
2. Yeah, you know, and that
Different songs than one. There might be one or two that are the same as one. But
Yeah,
that's it.
maybe
Mostly
not.
different.
Maybe
You know what, that was
Yeah,
actually,
the mix, you know.
when we did the interview, that was actually the people who really, they saw that, and that was shared like on the internet, because they were really excited about you guys doing that. So that's pretty cool stuff.
Some people were like, yes.
I never
No,
saw
like
it,
there
really.
was one in Colorado Springs where the promoter
Live.
thought that nobody would show up for the Zeppelin thing, so he put it's just Jack Russell's Great White.
Right.
And people got there, and we started playing all that Zeppelin. They go like, where's the great white? This one chick's flipping me off, and I'm like,
Oh my
what
gosh.
the hell, man? I go, didn't they tell you people this was a great white tribute for a record we're doing? No, we don't care. We want our money. I'm like, oh my God, really?
Well, I thought it was incredible.
We gave him some tunes, so.
We did.
Oh, yeah,
We did
yeah.
later on.
No, Suntowns are, the other two shows are great. There's
Right.
that one show, the promoter Jack Russell's Great Zeppelin. You know what I mean? He just went,
I remember.
yeah, that was
That
horrible.
girl was like, she was.
Oh yeah,
She's
man.
nasty.
Was she?
Nasty.
Oh my gosh.
I never.
Do we have to like
I
go?
never
Do we have to
lash
like?
out.
Heather and I have to like work her over.
I
Right, Heather
never-
over
I
there.
never-
Yeah, you didn't even invite.
I never lash out at my audience, but I made an exception in her case.
Well, you know what? I don't know if people appreciate how difficult Led Zeppelin is to sing. I mean, I used to sing
Well,
years
you
ago.
know
That's not an
what?
easy thing to sing. And if you enjoy a vocalist, then it doesn't matter what they
Well,
sing.
see, I was actually kind of flattered when I thought about it.
Were you?
Yeah, I mean, she would rather hear me sing my songs than,
You
the
sing
guy that
Zeppelin?
sounds, quote, Robert Plant, more like me than he does.
Should I throw Swedish Fish at her?
You know what I mean?
Oh my
I mean, that's a real big compliment. You know?
I agree, because she loved your song so much she didn't want to hear you sing something else.
So
Sure.
that's really cool, you know?
It is cool. So Dan, tell me what you got going on over here.
I
You
got
some
this
cool
going
stuff.
on. I got this going on.
You got anything else going on in the works?
I mean,
musically?
I'm always working on music, but I got this going on.
This is the stuff
This
right
is
here.
what's going on.
And you know
This-
what? I have to tell you, I saw you guys over at House of Blues in Orlando, and I was blown away. And I told Jack I love what you guys were doing with the fans, where you let some of the fans get up on the stage for like a VIP thing. That was a
Oh
cool
yeah,
thing.
they're playing tambourine. And all
Yeah,
that
it was
shit,
really
yeah.
cool. I saw everybody enjoying that, and that was really cool. You guys, a lot of bands don't do that, so that was a really cool one-on-one experience. That, like, that's like a fan's
Yeah,
dream
I
come true.
enjoyed it. I think
Yeah.
more than they did, you know what I mean? Because you get to see things a little vicariously, you know?
Right.
You get to see it through their eyes, like how it was the first time, you went out on stage in front of a lot of people and was like, whoa, half
Deer in
scared to
headlights.
death.
That was killer shit.
Did they look like
That was
deer in
killer.
headlights?
Some of them did. Some got up there. Yeah, some of them were like a deer in headlights for sure. They were
You know,
like,
Right.
half that and half just totally in ecstasy. I mean, that's how I feel.
That's the way I would feel. 'Cause
That's how
used
I
to
feel
think
right
that would
now.
be like a
So
dream.
nope.
When Heather said that's the way she feels right now, she's very excited about it.
Because she's on ecstasy.
I haven't even had one. Okay, I had one fireball today. That's it.
I
That's
bet
it.
you did, Jack. I bet you did.
Did.
And let's talk about let's talk about this vest, by the way, while I got you here. This is amazing. I don't know. It has like a psychedelic thing going on. I totally,
Well, what
totally
I
dig it.
did, well, this is the other one.
Oh, you have a different one than the one I saw
the one
earlier.
you saw earlier was one I was
You have an
on stage.
extensive wardrobe with you right now.
Yeah.
What is he doing over here?
Nothing. I know nothing.
What I,
Am I good? Wait, let me
you
hide.
just do the interview.
I know nothing. I see
So this is
nothing.
a
I
different
know
one. So let me see
nothing.
this one. Now that we're talking about it,
Okay,
actually.
well, what I do is I just get like a G jacket, cover it in glue, put a bunch of cut up cloth and roll around in it.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
I love you, Jack Russell. I think you're amazing.
I think it's funny. I got a story. I just saw that. We were doing interviews at Capitol, right? This is for our first record. They sent like just one after another to the tower.
Right.
Me and Michael are doing interviews, right? And this one guy, no, it wasn't Michael, wasn't down yet. This is the first record. It was me and Kendall. Man, he can't say shit if he's got a mouthful. Pardon my Swedish fish.
Swedish
That's
fish.
just say this he would have a mouthful. He couldn't say Swedish fish if he had a mouthful, but I can, clearly. This guy goes, did you ever have a real job? I go, yeah, matter of fact, I worked at a sesame seed plant to make the bread.
Did you really?
Really? I go, yeah. He goes, what'd you do? I go, well, I was the guy that put the sesame seeds on the buns. And he's looking at me like, didn't you want it half? Believe me, I go, dude, I'm kidding. He goes, "Ah, yeah."
You're pretty convincing because I believed you for a second too.
But
I thought this was the way
my
you
other
did the
job. I
sesame
actually
seed.
did have a job for like 5 minutes. I worked with my dad in this machine shop, and they had they made like feed water heaters for Southern California Edison, where they would take the steam and run cool water through these pipes and cool the cool water down again to use it back in the turbine. And this shit's like Chernobyl critical stuff, you know?
Oh my God.
And they give you sheets of like 11,000 holes, and you had to go down with this little gauge. Every fucking hole, a little too tight, circle it, a little too loose, circle it. After about one of those, the whole day, I'm like, oh, fuck this. I just look at the foreman and go, how about we step this up a bit? So I just started going, looks bad, looks bad. I was right, but I'm sure I missed a couple, you know what I mean? But it's like all of a sudden production is like tripling, my dad's all happy. You know? For all I know, it could have been like, you know, Jack Noble. So for a while I was a hole inspector.
Oh my
True story.
Oh my God.
Continued for years and years.
Yeah, I did. Even when I retired, I kept the craft going.
I'm very entertained by that.
So when your finger was sore from pointing at the hole all day, you had to go home and soak it in cider?
No, they had a gauge, right? And I took that gauge with me.
Oh dear God, what are you guys?
I had it laid down to the proper girth.
Jesus.
This was a big gauge, you know what I mean? Not to drop dimes on myself, but you know.
Oh God, Michelle, hold it together. If I have to hold it together and keep this
I
thing
told
steady.
you, Heather, I love this man. He's so entertaining. So instead of a rock star, which I know you don't like that terminology, but you could have been, you were almost a
I
hole
sure wasn't a
inspector.
cock star. You know? If I was doing porn, it'd be like stunt dick. They'd have my face up. Oh, somebody else's dick.
I'm trying to keep this. I'm trying to hold this still without laughing. Do you know how hard that
Oh
is?
my God! Oh my God! Jack, you're killing me over here. This isn't even
That's
bad.
what she said. That was one of her lines, though, I think.
Oh
Or was
my
that something
God!
that
My face hurts.
My assistant over here, Heather Malone, is dying. I don't even think she can like hold the thing.
Quick, CPR!
Yeah, I need mouth to mouth.
Jack's offering
Let's call it
CPR. I think this is
casual
CPR.
Casual breast reduction.
Hello.
They're a little squishy.
So
They're
Jack,
natural.
I don't even know what to say.
They do
man. I'm
breast
like,
inspections.
Yeah, there's not many places to go after that. How would you like to do a movie soundtrack for a porn flick? You mean?
Well, I think
Let me share.
Wow, wow.
bum chicka bow bow. What do you do? Bum chicka bow bow.
I hate those ones where like the guy's fucking in time with the music. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Jack, I think this might be my
Like
most
Turkey in the
viewed
Straw.
Facebook Live interview I've ever done.
Oh, is this live right now?
Yes. And you just have this face like, oh my gosh, it's great. And you have good hair, by the way.
You have good hair, by the way, she says.
Turkey in the
Oh my gosh.
Feel a little handpicked.
I'm
turkey in
speechless.
the
That never
straw.
happens to me because I interview bands all the time.
And I'm trying to stay quiet. See, she's the good one.
Okay.
And I'm
he's
trying to stay
amazing.
really quiet
He's
right now
amazing.
because
So
I'm.
You know
He's
what?
amazing. Everybody see the light. Making porn. And he uses every stunt he can say.
Oh my God, it's
I
hurting.
don't even know what you say.
It's hurting. I'm hurting right now.
Exercise and shit.
Not much. Not as
No,
much as I
did
should
for a
have.
while.
Did you?
I was into jogging, but the ice
Right.
kept coming out of my drinks.
You know,
Oh my
I just
God.
the yoga pants. That's it. I don't do anything. I just wear the yoga pants. That's it. It's
Hopefully
pathetic.
you'll change them every once in a while.
Oh my god.
I do, Jack. I do. So, okay, so let's go back to this.
Get a lot in there.
So you got a book coming out. I want to talk about that for a second. You got a book coming out. That's a big deal. That's really
It's
cool.
a big deal, yeah.
What's the tentative release date for everybody?
Now, I'm not sure. Hopefully, within 3 or 4 months. I got a new writer working on it. I have my original writer working on it. And the bottom line is, we're just going to see which way, I want to go. Or if I even, I want to do it because the reasons are true.
Sure.
It's in my heart and has been forever. It's not about being famous or about making a ton of money. I've always wanted to do this because I want people to know that no matter how far down the ladder they've gone, if they really believe they can crawl back up, you can. I mean, I've been in jail for shooting somebody. I mean, the stories in my life are just amazing.
They are.
And
right.
and it's all truth. I mean, and that's all because the reason I'm sitting here is because of people like Robbie and Dan, people that believed in me, Tony, and put up with all the drunken, drugged out stuff because they felt that, inside there was something more than that,
And there is. Yeah.
Once they got, once I got to the point where I was sick of being sick,
I do know.
there was a big transformation, and there was.
Well,
And now it's most important for me to get it out now.
Well, you know what, Jack? I told you in our interview because I told you I had my brother that struggled with addiction for like 10 years, and we lost him. And I always admire musicians that are willing to put their story out there because it's a very brave thing and it's a difficult thing to do, to bare your soul to the public and put all of your dirty laundry, so to speak, out there because it's so public and it's painful. And I can't tell you how much, as a person who's lost someone that I love very much to addiction, it means so much because you're saying to everyone, hey, I made it, you can make it. And it's huge. It's a big thing. It can really make a difference with people.
Well, that's what
it
I
really
hope people get out of it, I hope people can get past the thing that, he's a rock star trying to make money, or, he's the guy that was in that fire, or, he's blah, 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 or,
Right.
It's like, look, this is a story about redemption. This is about a story about God being in my life. It's not a religious book. I'm not preaching to anybody. I'm just talking about my life, and I'm going to be very transparent and very open. I'm not going to, pull any covers. I mean, I'm not going to cover up anything. Everything that comes out, there's some people that are really pissed off. And, there'll be probably a lot of threats and lawsuits, but anything in it is not going to be anything that's untrue.
Sure,
It's
true
not
story.
going to be done out of animosity. It's just part of my life. And I'm not going to go out there and say names, like so-and-so, so-and-so. I can always just make up a, like a fake name. Like if I was to say Robbie, I'd say, my guitar player's initials are Robbie Lochner.
Begins with
Well,
Robbie.
I think it's going to be amazing. And I appreciate the bravery that comes behind telling these stories.
Well,
I do.
it's not really bravery. It's
It
more
really
like
is.
stupidity.
You probably don't see that, but it really is. I mean,
I get it.
It really
trust me.
is.
There's gonna be a big backlash.
Yeah. I
on a lot
mean-
of things, but I think a lot of people, albeit it's going to be controversial, but people like controversial. I mean, people aren't interested in bizarre stuff, or would we watch Believe It or Not? Jack Russell's Believe It or Not.
He's very entertaining, you guys, right? Never a dull moment
Absolutely.
on the road for you guys, right?
Yeah, somebody actually mentioned you should go into comedy.
Put me in the trunk with a gag tape. Here,
She
duct tape
said
is down.
someone just commented you should do comedy.
Yeah, right. Then get the hell out of the bus.
Yeah, George.
Well, Jack, George said you should do comedy, George. Thanks, George.
Hey, George. My name is Tyrone McCartney, and my friend George J. B. Mustafa Muhammad on a Paris song. And you wouldn't know what is it? Tyrone McCartney, Leroy Lennon,
He's
George
very
J. B.
entertaining,
Mustafa
isn't he?
Muhammad, Donnell Harrison, and Bingo Star. We are the fabulous Black Beatles. Yeah.
This is really hard to hold still.
That was something I heard on it was going around on tape for a long time. You guys had done it on
Like a
the
comedy.
FM thing,
Yeah.
on FM radio. It's pretty fun in the morning show.
Well, on that note, fabulous performance tonight, guys. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
it's
Seriously,
fun.
it really takes me back, and it was amazing. And I appreciate you talking to me, Jack. I appreciate you talking to me on the show. And I think you're amazing. So thank you so much.
You got questionable taste, but
You guys should see why I love these guys. I do. They're amazing. Thank you so much. Jack Russell's Great White. Jack Russell's Great White right here on Rock Rage Radio. Thank you so much, you guys. Seriously.
Kind words.
Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. Jack Russell of Jack Russell's Great White. Couple of the guys in the band sitting in there with him, and Michelle. Thanks for that interview. Appreciate that. That was pretty cool, man. Jack's a great guy.
Yeah, he is.
Guys in the band were super cool, and even their manager was super awesome, man. We must talk to him for like an hour and a half.
Oh, easily.
Yeah.
Great conversation.
Awesome guy.
In fact, that conversation could have made a good interview all within
Oh,
itself.
heck yeah, man. I'd be
know?
all for having that guy in here. That guy knows his stuff, man. He works with so many bands. He works with Judas Priest and Heart.
And I mean, the list went on. But
Yeah.
that's cool.
He had a lot of cool stories.
So
that's about all she wrote, man, for the night, So I want to thank Jack Russell and Jack Russell's Great White, and also thank Steve Blaze from Lillian Axe for the interviews there. Thanks to Michelle, who's not here, for getting those interviews and letting us use those. Appreciate that, and especially since she did those before she was even a part of the show. So
we got
Artie sitting in over here.
Artie owe us $10 for the advertising, by the way.
Thanks to Bake More Pies for letting us do the show here. If you're interested in doing a show, you can do one too. Just get in touch with them at bakemorepies.com. And they got an awesome studio here if you need video production done. Any kind of video production, a commercial, product shoot, anything like that. You want to do, if you're in a band and you want to do a video, or if you want to do a live stream, we have capabilities of live streaming a full band. So contact Bake More Pies for more information on that. They're great guys, great people. If you need marketing, if you need promotion, how to help market your company on the internet, they're very, very, very good at that, and can help you out. So again, that's bakemorepies.com.
Great guys, very cost effective, and definitely know what they're doing. So
yeah, for sure,
definitely worth checking them out. Next week I'm going to be out of town. I am going to be out of town. What do you know? I'm getting trained for my job. I already had training a couple of weeks ago. You figure, didn't I learn everything already?
Did you call it swarm training?
No, it's called something a little bit different than that, but we'll just leave that one alone. We'll just leave that one alone. Can't tip the hand for other things I do outside of work, because that would wreck my whole persona. The limo, the hotel that I don't have. But I would be. See, the persona's already starting. We got to stop it right where it's at. But
it's a legend in his own mind.
Exactly. So I'm not going to be here next week. And as a matter of fact, with some of the things that we got going on, actually, we're going to take a break next week.
Yeah.
Take a break next week.
We're going to take the week off, so we won't be here next week. And actually, here in a couple of weeks, the following week is a work in progress. We're going to let you know about that. We're going to be there for 2 weeks, and then we're going to take another week off after that, because Michelle will be out of town again. from there on out, we're actually discussing doing every other week.
Thinking about going every other week for
the
a little while.
reason for that is so that we can make this show better for you guys. We want it to be the best that it can possibly be, and we feel that having every other week will give us the opportunity to work more on guests that we have in the show and stuff like that, and
just give us more time to work on the show, give you a better quality show. I don't know if a lot of people may or may not realize, but I mean, some shows that are out there, whether they're like this or different, I mean, they'll have a season and have 7 to 12 shows.
Yeah.
Well, we've almost done double that, and in the same amount of time they would have done, their entire show.
Right. Yeah.
So,
I mean, actually, tonight is the 20th show.
20th show.
But all total, we've had over 26 interviews and stuff brought to you and stuff. So, that's quite a lot. That's a lot of work. It's actually a lot more work than you would think it is to put this show on.
We're working on it. So
and we're working on making it as best as we can and just to make it awesome for you guys, because that's what matters. You guys, watching us and stuff like that. So
absolutely. Always want to, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys out in the chat room. I know we got a couple guys out there. Joe, Mark, I believe Lisa's out there. We got a few people watching right now.
My cousin. What's up, Dave?
Well, Dave also. Thank you very much for tuning in every week like you guys do. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
And
be sure to visit our website, thesoundeffectsshow.com, where you can see previous shows, and there you can find out what's coming up on the show calendar. You'll be able to see the schedule that we're going to have coming up for the show. And while you're there, be sure to click on the links, visit our social media pages, add us, like us, subscribe to us, and we appreciate you for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Have a great one. Peace out.
See you guys.
So here we are, so far away from the simple things of yesterday. Under the virtual cloud, we disconnect from life. The information highway, it controls our minds. Staring into screens, spending our time. The world comes crashing down if we can't get online. Oh no, I just got unfriended for some Facebook crime. Another sign of the times, a world in overdrive. Another sign of the times, it's getting so much harder to unwind. People do anything just for a chance of fame, till some fool comes along and blows out their flame. So many worthless trollers hating their own lives. Another sign of the times, a world in overdrive. Another sign of the times, it's getting so much harder to unwind. So far away from the simple things of yesterday. Here I am, so far away. the sound.